Hey drummers and those aspiring to be drummers, those just curious. Today, I'm just gonna show how to use a shaker. Not a salt shaker, not a shake and bake, just a regular old shaker. And this actually expands beyond just percussionists. This is a useful skill that a singer might be asked. Singer might be asked to use a shaker. Horn players, any other instruments that might not be playing during a part of a song, you might be handed a shaker at some point in a band. As the bands I've been in, that's happened. And it'd be really helpful if you can get a good sound. And I'll demonstrate maybe a good sound. And now I will demonstrate, if not using this method, what it'll sound like. No, that's not what it should sound like. So you're kind of helping the rhythm of the song. You're helping push forward the song. So this is a very common rhythm is this. And you can see I'm holding it in a really specific manner. And this is my teaching aid, this mozzarella container with some popcorn kernels. In another video, which I'll link, where I took this rhythm and translated that to hi-hat, I had an egg shaker. I mentioned in there that it's not that big of a deal if you lose your egg shaker because they're cheap. Well, I've lost my egg shaker. I thought that was pretty funny. But this you can see what's happening in here when I'm playing that rhythm. So I push it forward, and the corn kernels here, the shaker part, hits this part. I come back, and it hits the back edge of it. I'm holding it up. You can see how I'm it's kind of level. Well, it doesn't have to be level with your eyes, but it has to be, you know, how do I describe that? You know, like your wrist is kind of straight. And there's two sounds. There's the sharp accent sound, forward and back. And then there's the shaker, you know, the rest of it, filling in the blanks. You put those two together. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. And you can see if I go like that, 1 and all, you know, you can't really get the same sound like this. Holding it kind of parallel to the ground. So if you can take that, you get your little shaker. Now, I used to actually gig with a soup can, probably Campbell's. I put some black beans in there, and I covered it with duct tape, chrome duct tape, because I thought it looked nice, and I covered up the top. I did a lot of gigs with that shaker, and it was almost free. Another guy I used to play with, he used a coconut water can from Brazil that he had cultivated or curated from Brazil when I was on a trip there, and I forgot what he had inside, but you can experiment with different things you can put in there. That's what he used on all his gigs. I heard of another percussionist who would actually fly in to do one of his gigs on a big tour, and he would make all of his own instruments out of essentially garbage, you know, cans and whatnot. After the tour, he would actually recycle and throw away the rest of all of his instruments and then go home. I thought that was pretty funny. But for those of us who would rather just buy things, I can put some links in the description, including an egg shaker, which I can't believe I already lost it and I said it wasn't that big of a deal. hopefully I'll find it soon. So I hope that helps you, and, you know, keep shaking.